Hey everyone, it's Warriors NRL Fanatics here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you are a new viewer and a returning viewer to the channel and you haven't done so already, please make sure you don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click that subscribe button down below. It shows all your support for the content that I do. It's absolutely free, doesn't cost anything at all, and it really helps in terms of growing the channel, gets the word out about all the videos. And also make sure you like this video as well. Make sure you click that thumbs up button. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button on the video as well. And click the bell so you are notified for all the videos or live streams on the channel next. Now, some big breaking news that broke yesterday evening. Then I didn't get a chance to do a reaction video or live stream to react instantly to the news. It's Shaun Johnson. He is retiring at the end of the 2024 NRL season. That's right, SJ, the Prince of Penrose, his time in the NRL is coming to an end. And boy, look, what a career it's been for Shaun Johnson, man. He has had a massive ride of highs and lows in the NRL. You know, you go back to his NRL debut for the Warriors in 2011. That year was his rookie season, coming through the under-20s grade. I watched him all the way through the under-20s grade to see him make his first grade debut for the Warriors in 2011. And in that year, the Warriors went on to make the grand final against the Manly Seagulls, which the result didn't go away that year in the grand final against a very strong Manly Seagulls team. But Shaun Johnson, what an experience for him in his first year in the NRL. Being able to go to an NRL Grand Final and play, well, against the likes of Terry Evans and Kieran Foran, another two players who, you know, really played a big part in the Seagulls' success as well. But, yeah, look at Shaun Johnson, man. What a career it's been for him. You know, for me, he's an absolute true warrior, a great role model for not only on the field but off the field. You know, kids look up to him. You know, you see little kids always wanting to be a Shaun Johnson, you know, the next Shaun Johnson. We do remember Shaun for a lot of his highlights throughout his NRL career. Look, for me, he's got so many favourite moments and tries that I remember. It's really hard to pinpoint the one moment that I love the most of SJ. But for me, the most favourite try and moment, and I actually picked out two. I actually cheated and picked two moments instead of one. And I'm going to have to go with the try against the Brisbane Broncos in 2011. That was in a regular NRL season game. And it was one of the most awesome individual tries that I've ever seen, you know, for a Warriors halfback. And it was an outstanding try. And I was actually there live watching it at the ground, and I remember it all too well. And then also another memory for me, it has to be again 2011. I'm going with two 2011 moments. But there was another one I want to give a shout out to, was the one against the Sharks a couple of years ago, where the Warriors came back to win 20. I think it was 20 points to 16. I think the Warriors were down 16-14 against the Sharks down in Cronulla, and the Warriors came back to win that game. But shout out to that one, because that was another great moment. And also another great moment was last year when the Warriors had to come back to beat the Sharks down in Cronulla. And yeah, we came back to win that one, and Shaun kicked a penalty goal to win the game for the Warriors in the Shire. But yeah, look, the Broncos game for me was an awesome moment. And in 2011, the preliminary final against the Storm, everyone should remember it. You know, the Louis Brown scoring the try, but it was Shaun Johnson stepping Kevin Proctor, and Johnson with some great, you know, stepping and sidestepping in itself. And he dummies and passes the ball to Brown. Brown scores in the corner, and then Maloney kicks the conversion to send the Warriors to the 2011 Grand Final. And yeah, amazing moment in Warrior history. Amazing moment for Shaun being part of that moment, especially being one of the main institutes to get that try for the Warriors to send them to the 2011 Grand Final. So, look, you know, whatever you say about Shaun, you know, look, this year obviously has not been his best year. and he's had an injury to really affect the way he's been playing with his form. And look, a lot of fans, of course, have been pretty critical of SJ this year when he's been playing for us. People say that he's the main reason we're losing games this year. I absolutely disagree. Yes, he's not played his best footy, but he's not the only reason why we've been losing games this season. But everyone's going to look back on last year. Everyone's forgotten about last year, right? Shaun Johnson was close to winning the Dally M, and he should have won it last year. I think he was personally robbed to win that Dally M last season, and that was a redemption year for Shaun Johnson in 2023, because at the start of 2023, there were so many talks around him retiring last year going into 2023. He didn't have a great 2022, and when he was back at the Warriors, people expected him to do a lot. People expected him to be, the Shaun Johnson of old. People expected him to do so much, but when Shaun Johnson came back to the Warriors, he was a totally different player, right? He's a totally different player, more mature player. He's not the Shaun Johnson of 2011, right? So to expect him to play like that which is a crazy expectation from a lot of the fans. But, obviously he came back to the Warriors, and the Warriors were still in a tough moment because they were stuck in Australia, being based in Terrigal, Redcliffe. Shaun wasn't able to go Shaun wasn't able to see his family, his wife, his kids. He was away from them when being based in Australia with the Warriors. And then obviously last year was a year which, it was probably his career best form. He played his career best form. I was very unlucky to miss out on that Dalium. But look, if you look at Shaun's career, man, he is, every time he's put on the jersey, he is, played with pride, passion. Look, yes, he's had some games where he's not been consistent, but he's had games where he's been a storm wall for the Warriors through a number of years. And look, I think if you're putting Shaun Johnson up there as one of the greatest Warriors players up there, he's well up there. He's well up there on that list. You got Stacey Jones, Simon Mannering, Manu Vatuvei, Steve Price, Ruben Wiki, but if you put the best halfback in Warriors history and you name it, you've got to put Shaun Johnson up there as the best halfback. And Stacey Jones is my favourite all-time Warriors player. He's my favourite all-time player that I absolutely loved through the years. But Shaun Johnson's got to be well up there in terms of what he has brought to the table on the field, off the field as well. Look, after games, you see him get photos post-match with the kids, take photos, sign autographs. He's always the one to never decline an interview as well with the media. He's pretty much a humble bloke, right? He's a humble bloke on and off the field. Just looking at his career to date, junior clubs, Hibiscus Coast Raiders, Northcote Tigers, he has played 265 NRL games from 2011 to 2024. The New Zealand Warriors, 221 appearances from 2011 to 2018, 2022 to 2024, and also he appeared for the Sharks 44 times from 2019 to 2021. And his NRL debut was against the Sydney Roosters at the Sydney Football Ground in Sydney on June the 4th, 2011, around 13. And NRL points, 1,460, 64 tries, 553 goals, 18 field goals for the Warriors. 1,197 with 78 tries, 434 goals, 17 field goals, and for the Sharks, 263 points, 6 tries, 119 goals, and 1 field goal as well. And Shaun Johnson's actually, when it comes to the moments of golden point, he's been the one to get the Warriors those field goals as well. And 14 seasons in the NRL, man, it's a very long time around the competition as a whole, and he's turning 34 next month. So, look, his body is, starting. You can see that his body's starting to play up now. Well, over the years now, he's had a few niggly injuries, and that's what tends to happen when your body gets rather old. It's not as young as it used to be. But yeah, just want to read it what Shaun says. So just what it said here on the media release by on the Warriors website. So this is a decision that I've sat with for a while, and one I'm probably still coming to terms with. It's obviously still very raw, but I'm very grateful to the club and to you boys who I came in to work with every day with a smile on face. I've never taken any of it for granted. The job this season is not over yet, so let's rip and get back to doing what we do. But I just want to let you know that at the end of the season, that will be me. And Cameron George has also said here, there's an entire generation of kids in the country who picked up a rugby league ball because of Shaun Johnson. His impact on not only the club but also rugby league in New Zealand is something that will be remembered here for forever. And he's talented, amazing as Shaun is. He has been a player as a person. As talented as amazing as Shaun has been as a player, as a person, he's made such a big impact here at the Warriors throughout the years. So, yeah, look, no doubt about it. Very emotional, very emotional times as a Warriors fan. But look, the future's very bright for the Warriors when you look at the younger players coming through. You've got the likes of your Luke Metcalfs, Tamari Martins, Chanel Harris-Davidas. You've got your Luke Hanson's coming through in the Cups team at the moment. Is playing some great footy. He's come through the Penrith system. You've also got Jet Cleary coming as well. You've got plenty of young players to choose from now. So, despite the sadness of Shaun retiring, and look, it's going to feel very odd not seeing him play in the NRL next season in the next couple of years. But I got to say that, regardless of what you say about Shaun, just wishing him nothing but the best for the future. And he started up a podcast now, so maybe that's where his direction is now heading, where his focus is going to be more on. But look, I can see an ambassador role for Shaun at the club. I reckon there could be a role at the club, an ambassador role, or maybe an assistant coaching role, or maybe a role in the commentary. But whatever he does next, Shaun, look, wishing nothing but the best for him, his wife, and his family. And I absolutely just love watching him play through his junior career, through his first grade career. Man, I've watched him live at the ground. I've watched him on TV. And it's been an absolute joy and a pleasure to witness, for me, one of the great Warriors players of all time. One of the great Kiwi Rugby League players, actually, of all time as well. So, yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. And look, good luck to him. And, very emotional times, because watching back the highlights of Shaun Johnson's tries and memories, man, it brings back some instant classic memories of SJ and the Prince of Penrose. But guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Shaun Johnson retiring at the end of the 2024 NRL season. What's your favourite Shaun Johnson memory? What is the one memory that stands out to you? Whether it be a try or a moment, try scoring moment, or a skills moment, or maybe a try scoring, try saving moment that you remember of Shaun Johnson. It could be anything, because there's been so many throughout his career, and I've named a couple, but I couldn't name a couple more because there's so many fascinating memories, especially with 2023, which was a great season for Shaun, which got the Warriors to a top 4 finish, got them to a prelim. But guys, don't forget, make sure you like this video, click the thumbs up button on the video, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. Subscribing is absolutely free, guys, and it's much appreciated. It shows all your support for the content. And guys, remember, it's absolutely free as well. And it helps the channel and gets the word out about all the videos. And click the bell as well so you're notified. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. SJ is one of the greatest Warriors of all time.